terms of like just like the past per se, like I'm talking like 1950s, 1800s shit, right?
Right.
Like even like the past of even like a year or a month or so, it's kind of like there are even some trouble spots there. I mean, shit, I had my own issues with the cops up in.
I remember you told us
PA.
like a bunch of a fucking squadron of yuppies like pinned you in a fucking Piggly Wiggly parking lot or some shit.
It started out with one, and then I looked down at my phone. I look up. Next thing you know, I've been blocked off here. I've got two SUVs to my right. It's about farther down. There's another SUV that's completely cut me off, and there's an SUV to my back. But I want to say I counted about 6 cops in total there, and it was just me in the car. I was in the middle doing a DoorDash shop.
But this is in Oregon.
This is in Oregon. This is in Upper Pennsylvania.
Oh, Upper Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So here, so
like New Township area.
We're the only black thing for miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of thing is, and I will say straight up, that event has permanently changed my outlook on cops. Like every time I see cops, it's always like,
it's a little leery.
Always gotta be, always like, you're gonna pull me over for something. Like,
can I say something very kind of poignant that about the kind of I said this I think on an earlier one-off podcast, but I feel like it kind of like bears saying now one more time. There was a fundamental difference between how you were brought up to raise the cops as a black man and how I was brought up to view the cops as a white man.
I can agree with that.
So it goes actually a lot deeper than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in first, second, third grade maybe,
yeah,
almost every year, an officer from the local police department would come in and talk to the kids.
Really?
Come in and talk to the kids and say, hey kids, I'm a police officer. If you're ever in trouble, or if there's ever a problem, or there's ever something scary, or da-da-da-da-da, if you see someone dressed like me, know that I'm safe. If you can't find your parents, come to someone dressed like me and say what's happening, and we'll make sure you're safe. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason why white people immediately say, well, what did the person who was killed do, is because from childhood we are taught that cops are arbiters of good.
They're the good guys.
They're the good guys. They don't do anything unless you provoke them. They don't. They're here to protect and serve. Mm-hmm. The problem is, in a lot of communities, that is not the case. The kind of cops that are policing, say, to take LA for example, Beverly Hills, are a different breed than are policing South Central.
Yeah.
Same. The police that are operating in Manhattan are fundamentally different from the ones that are operating in the Bronx.
Oh yeah.
So the point I'll make is there's a kind it took a lot for me to not view it took a lot for me personally to get through that, to acknowledge that cops are human and humans are flawed. And the problem is that there's been the cops are more in tune to protecting themselves and one of them rather than the people they're supposed to protect. So so when you get a jury that is debating whether or not a cop should go to prison for killing somebody on the job, what ends up happening is did you know that if one black person is on a jury, the odds of acquittal, the odds of prosecution go down something like 40%.
Really? I didn't know that.
Really. Because of the black experience, people they'll look at it and be like, what are they not telling us here? This looks a little suspect. They'll think critically about it.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, when I was on jury duty, for those who are interested, back in season 1 of the High Soapbox, I had a jury duty special where I told the entire story.
Oh, God.
I just want to state for the record, that was the most inept prosecution I've ever seen in my entire life.
Good Lord.
Absolutely atrocious.
Jesus.
This lady looked like she spent 20 minutes prepping for this damn thing. You know what it was? Neither her nor the defense attorney were prepared. You know what I think it was? They weren't expecting it to go to trial.
Probably not.
They weren't expecting it to go to trial. And
in a case where like they had the deal, they had everything settled, and then someone flipped the script and wanted to take it to trial, and it's like,
probably
shit.
the defendant. He's probably like, I don't want to go to fucking prison. Fuck you. You know. So my thing is that what me and the jury kind of feel is like on a personal level, we think he did it most likely, but we weren't
Convinced.
beyond a reasonable doubt. A reasonable doubt is like 75% sure. We were like 60. Weren't there.
There just wasn't enough there for you to be able to say.
Wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It's like you can't, but back to my original point is that like it's like I understand why so many like black brothers and sisters are angry and upset by like when so many white people are just like, well, what did he do? Like, what did George Floyd do? What did Breonna Taylor do? It's because when you live in a culture, and despite lack of things that define culture, like food, history, white people do have some little parts of what could be described as a quote-unquote culture, meaning like shared experiences. One of them is if you grew up in a majority white like environment, which I did for the first 9 years of my life. You're gonna think like there's an effort to make people believe cops are your friends.
God forbid you're a white woman, cops are your best friends.
Do you remember that gentleman who was bird watching and that bitch tried to call the cops on him and make him, like. Here's the thing. It's like I kind of view that it's sort of as like the Nelson Mandela's outlook on it. And Dave Chappelle said this in one of his specials too. I think it was Deep in the Heart of Texas. And he said, and it was basically, I'm paraphrasing Nelson Mandela here. Apologize. It is not the people. If the people during apartheid South Africa, the white people were just as influenced by the system as all the black people were.
Oh, definitely.
Therefore, it is not necessarily the oppressors that should be tried. It should be the system that's tried itself. So there will never be a concept of oppressed or oppressors.
I can agree with that 110%.
Now, does that necessarily sit well with people who are probably tired of getting they're seeing their loved ones and comrades killed in the street by agents of the state? Probably not. But
the problem really comes back to that system. That system is broken enough to enable such abuse.
Part of the problem is that while certainly there is an institutionalized racism in the sense of like it's in our laws and we have protections in it now. The problem is that we never went through the process of purging it from society. And because of that, kind of went underground. Yeah. You can look at somebody's... If you're a hiring manager can look at where somebody lives and like, oh, they live in the hood? I don't want that fucker. I'll hire them. Yeah. It's that simple.
I mean, it's the stuff like... I mean, even stuff like how in Chicago, they had their cases of redlining and all that. And it's funny, when I was out with that girl today, something that we talked about was like, so you've got white people, right? When we look at the founding of the country...
I will say there is an audacity of the white liberal, especially the white liberal woman, but certainly white liberal men too. I take pride knowing that whenever there's a reason to go march, at least my home city here, I go march. I was out marching during the Black Lives Matter protests back in 2020. Hell, shit, I saw some of my friends on live and I was like, fuck it, let me go down there too. Picked up some milk from the store just in case it started breaking out the tear gas, brought some water. Passed them out to a couple protesters. Passed one water bottle out to the pretty Wilmington police officer with a fat ass. And that's basically what it was.
Yeah, those pants make a fat ass really accentuate.
Yeah, like there's some like really pretty women on the Wilmington Police Department. It's bad. It's bad. But it's. I don't know, man. It's like
but it's kind of like so you got like so white people, they're able to get established kind of in their lifestyle, right? So they start as more often than not, you had white people who are landowners and who are able to and who are making the power decisions, right? It was a white majority country at the time,
right?
And then they brought over blacks as slaves, as a not even a serf class, less than a serf class of people. And so, after a while, after us fighting for our rights, after us doing all this stuff, what had happened was that we took people. What had happened was the system that was designed by white people for white people. We took not only just a different race of people after we've gone through this whole racism thing and skin color thing, but we also took a group of people that lacked the same knowledge that white people had access to. And then we just threw them into the system and expected it for them to pop out front.
Well, you also have to remember that education was a extreme luxury for a very few. It wasn't until I think it was probably after the First World, after I think it wasn't until during the Great Depression that public education became right before education was a choice.
Yeah.
It used to be a choice. I'm sure you can find old people in nursing homes to this day that don't know how to read.
Yeah.
Not because they didn't want to, but they just they never learned, and they worked jobs their entire lives that didn't require them to read.
Right.
And now they're old and they don't have anything to do but watch TV. They're losing their hearing and they can't read subtitles.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
No. I cannot imagine.
I genuinely
being unable to read is just fucking mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, it's almost like the things like the literacy campaign are almost irrelevant at this point.
God, I forgot that was a fucking campaign. Oh my god, that's just like.
You want to hear something that's truly atrocious? There was I read a story in Baltimore about a teenager who had a 0.0013 GPA, and he was in the top half of his class.
50%, the top 50%. See, that begs the question: who was at the bottom, and what was his number? Because I feel like at that point it's got to be zero. It's got to be just a straight flat zero.
Let's be clear. In certain places in this country, Baltimore being one of them, schools are not schools. They're daycares. They're daycares paid for with taxes. So parents don't have to watch or monitor their kids so they can go work.
Yeah.
They aren't teaching anybody anything.
Yeah. You aren't enforcing really the child's education. Hell, that girl was the girl missed school for about 350 days. And the school didn't even notify the parents that their child was not in school.
Do you want to know why I'm a believer in universal collective bargaining?
Why?
It's because it could, because I think the part of the problem, because back to unions. This is part of the reason I dislike teachers' unions in general. The problem with them is the people who seem to get who have the luxury of time and put the effort into getting high in the union and currying favor are people who aren't good teachers. They're also people who you can't fire, and I genuinely think that we should force through, if you're a good teacher and your teachers get good and your kids have a good attendance rate in your your school, if your kids have a good attendance rate at your school, if your kids have a good like get decent,
you should get bonuses.
Get good
for
grade.
that.
Exactly.
Encourage that kind of behavior. Encourage good teachers.
And here's the thing: what it should be is it should be a third of it should be here's what you should take into account. Because all three of these are flawed, but taking in all three into account will be able to give you better accuracy.
Yeah.
Standardized testing. Mm-hmm. Flawed because it's in some cases it'll be literally impossible for some students to get the grades needed because of the algorithms used.
And the arguments of like just
but it is the least open to manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Student feedback. Mm-hmm. Anonymous student feedback.
Yeah.
If you say anonymous student feedback and let these kids say whatever they want, if they really like you, they're going to let you know. If they don't like you at all, they're going to let you know. The problem is with that is there's a difference between kids liking you and liking you as a person and liking you as a teacher. Some are certainly going to make the deviations, but say good teacher. Does your teacher do a good job? Yes or no? Do you learn? When you go into class, do you learn what they're? Do they? If the answer is no, do they put effort in to help you learn? Mm-hmm. If the answer to both of those questions are no, and then have like a thing for them to write out whatever they want, you can ignore those. But if the first two things are no, but the thing is at the end of the day, can have a higher margin for error. That's the point. In the middle, the actual grades. That is sort of like the middle ground between standardized testing and the kids' feedback. The difference is the teacher can manipulate that directly.
Right.
Especially when there's certain systems that the school use that allow teachers flexibility in changing students' scores.
Right.
So accounting for all three of those, and I think that's a valuable way for a principal to assign bonuses. Say, hey, we've got X amount of money coming in for bonuses this year, every quarter, for every year. Mm-hmm. Everybody's depending if you do a good job as a teacher, you're going to get more. If you don't do a good job as a teacher, you ain't getting shit.
I can agree with that. I think another big problem that we see with schools right now is that a lot of the money and a lot of the funding that they're getting is going towards the upper administration and not really down to the areas that we really need it in.
Well, you want to know why that is? It's because when teachers do a good job and they're well liked and they've got good numbers, well, they need more money. Some places don't pay shit, and the real money is in administration.
Well,
the problem is that my mother loves teaching. She's not a teacher anymore. She stays at home with old people and cares for them. Mm-hmm. She was a teacher for 20 years for Maryland public schools.
It's the love of the industry.
She loved it and she cared about it, and she was she worked in education for public schools in Maryland for 20 years. Mm-hmm. She was a teacher for a good chunk of it, but then when she had me and my sister, she moved up to being a vice principal. Why? Well, there's more money in it.
More money, not as much.
She has kids. She's a single mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad paid $1,000 a month in child support.
Which helped, sure.
Well, sure, but she didn't need it. She worked her ass off. Yeah. She didn't ever want to be reliant on his money. And so so it's like when my stepfather my stepfather and her got together and it became a dual income household. Well, it was different then. My stepdad, who's like one of the hardest working men I've ever known, it's how I got my work ethic. I only have a fraction of his work ethic, and you see what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
He works his ass off, and she was able to go down to a lesser position, work in community outreach, teach a little bit, do a bunch. She loved it, but that's because she didn't need to bring in that amount of money anymore.
What I'm saying, the problem is becoming yes, the administration is definitely an important part.
Well, the thing is, if you solve the bonus, if you give good teachers more money, you're going to get rid of the administration over time.
I think the funding should be broken into kind of a third of it needs to go straight to just providing for school supplies, school books, just everything, just making sure that your school is not like a run-down piece of shit.
And instead of a teacher having to submit a form for reimbursement, so they're not... Because a lot of teachers are just like, I'm not submitting a fucking form for each individual item, because you have to do it for each individual item. And it's like, why would I spend like 20 minutes of my... like 20 minutes to an hour of my time filling out forms for a $5 reimbursement?
Yeah.
You know, I think that each teacher should have a certain amount of money allocated based on the subjects that they teach for things, you know, that way, like, teachers aren't asking students to bring in tissues, paper towels, all that mess during the beginning of the year.
And then a third of it could go, and then a third of it goes directly to just paying the teachers better and offering stuff like bonuses to them, performance-based bonuses. And then you can have that last third of it kind of be broken up into a few different ways, where it's just where the administration still gets... They still get enough to justify their positions, but not the excessive amounts that they get.
And it's not, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes it's not even excessive. They're getting paid a middle-class living. They're getting paid enough to pay all their bills, put food on the table, provide for their families, maybe take one vacation during the summer a year for a week, maybe a weekend. That's it. They're making middle-class money. What do you think teachers are making? It's actually kind of scary, the amount of teachers I've seen doing Uber.
Yeah, with the amount of teachers that I've seen that work at restaurants.
Yeah. And they have loans on top of that. They have loans on top of that. You want to know, to bring it lighter, you want to know, so I'm the product of teachers. My mother, my father, my stepdad, my stepmom, all teachers, and so is my aunt. My uncle, my auntie, and I think my grandmother's a nurse. All of them. I couldn't get away with shit. But here's something interesting that I thought about, like, something that was just inherently, like, just what I thought was normal growing up, but I realized it wasn't, and it's because I grew up in a house full of teachers. My mother would go out and get like $50 in Dunkin' Donuts gift cards with enough for each teacher. Wow. Maybe one or two other people in the school I truly cared about. And so I would take those. She would give them to me and say, give these to your teachers. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. For Teacher Appreciation Week, I would take these gift cards and give them out to all my teachers. I thought this was some normal behavior. It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't. And it's the product of being, like, the son of teachers.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be honest, like, I have such an appreciation that, like, me and my girlfriend don't want kids. But if we have an oops and we don't feed us to lead us, like, and I have a child, they're going to be doing that too.
Fair enough.
Because
teachers get enough crap from the administration, from the bad kids,
the parents,
and from the bad parents.
The parents are the fucking worst. Like, listen. Whenever I fucked up and say, oh, my teacher doesn't like me, I say, well, they're like tough toenails. Deal with it. They say, if I get a bad grade, they're like, what didn't you do? Why didn't you study harder for the test? Why didn't you prepare harder for it? My mother was best friends with my teachers. Shit, I had this one teacher, Miss Manor. Her hood ass like was best friends with my mama and says, I got permission from your mama to beat you, Evan. This is in the middle of an 8th grade classroom.
That's funny.
Same thing with Miss Phoebe, the 40-year-old slightly overweight Jewish woman that ran the front desk.
Oh god.
She said the same. I'll beat your ass, Evan.
I got permission.
They got permission.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Right, so it's like I couldn't get away with shit, and you know, it's like, and then so it's like it's just.
I think it's also a problem of like the participation trophy kind of like generation that we have coming up now.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, whose fucking fault is that? It's our parents' fucking fault. They did it. It's like, here's the thing. It's not like you can't fault children for being given participation trophies that not only they didn't want, they didn't ask for. You know,
right, and that,
because it's like, I don't know about you,
the parents,
right? And it's like, a lot. I remember having conversations as a kid with them, like, do you guys, like, why do I get one? Like, I said to them, like, why did I get one? I was bad. Like, and I'm saying this to, like, 2 other kids who, like, I'm just like, what? Like, we all were sitting there with, like, we're all, like, all of 5 or 6 years old, second grade.
I just remember looking,
and I'm just
left and right, and
I say to, like, the 2 of the kids next to me in my class, I'm like, I was bad. Why did I get one?
I don't deserve a trophy. I feel like I haven't earned this. It's like the ultimate, pity medal, you know?
Right.
It's like, dude, it's like, and then, but like for some kids, it builds an expectation that they're always going to receive something, and that's not how the real world works.
I think it also, I think what it does is, I think for most people, the participation trophies actually didn't have much of an impact. I'm not saying it had no impact. It certainly like makes it harder to deal with adversity later in life when you have had dealt with zero adversity. But the problem is that that's not necessarily the issue, the problem of the child. It's the issue on the parent side. Now, once everybody gets to middle and high school, that's when the adversity hits full hand, and you know that's when you get like it's is what it is.
Dealing with the real
right. It's like I kind of understand like an idea of parents like, let me just give my child the best childhood I can give them. You know, before they hit puberty and end up like life and has life end up eating shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, so I kind of get that. One of the things I will say though is I do like the balls on like the people like you and I are zillennials. You know, we're born between 95 and 2000. Yeah. Like we remember the 90s, but we don't have as fond of an attachment to it.
Right.
You know, I remember
those great styrofoam cups.
And yeah, basically. But in you know, maybe Pokemon, Gold and Silver. Yeah. So, but the point is that like for us, you know, I'm looking at these these kids, like the kids that like that don't, you know, they got some balls on them. They don't we kind of like respect certain norms that the older generation expects because like we live in their world a little bit. Yeah. These kids don't give a fuck. They really don't. They don't give a fuck. I love it. I love it.
Breaking every single like classic norm, even just like honestly, it really wouldn't surprise me by the time like the old boomer generation's off that we will kind of see the death of the traditional suit and tie look. For the industry. I mean, I completely agree. A big movement away from
now. Don't get me wrong. I think I look fly as fuck in a suit.
Oh, absolutely. Same here.
Yeah, but you know, I don't like. I think
it's going to be a transition away from it from like before, because like before back in the olden days, if you will.
When I was a little boy,
you were expected to wear a suit and tie every day to work. Mm-hmm. Every day, full suit, full tie. Didn't matter how hot as absolute shit it was. You were expected to wear one. And now with this upcoming generation, it's kind of like we can transition into some. We kind of accepted that like entrepreneurship is big.
It's big. It's well. Here's the thing. Well, think about it. Think about who they grew up with. YouTube and TikTok stars. Yeah. And what are they doing? Like it's all entrepreneurship. Like we're going to see a I think that we're going to, with the next generation of politicians, like of their generation, I think we're going to see a separation between the corporate, a separation in business tax law. Mm-hmm. That's separates corporate, like that separates businesses based on size. Yeah. I think that we're going to see an income, like you know how like we have income tax brackets? I think we're going to see tax brackets based on business size.
Yeah, I can agree with that, and I think it needs to be the case because how a business with 200 employees functions just differently from a business with like say 30 employees.
Right, and not only that, a business that makes about $10,000 a month versus a business that makes $100,000 a month. That 20%, like that 30% business tax hurts the 10% a lot fucking more. Mm-hmm. Like a lot more. Oh, yeah. So it kind of like, you know, you look at that and it's like, you know, why are small businesses paying the same level of tax as corporate businesses are? You know, and especially when certain loopholes aren't available until you reach a certain size. Right. So that's kind of how I feel about it. But the TikTok generation, which I prefer calling them the TikTok generation rather than like these millennials.
Honestly,
I mean, Gen Z. I mean,
it's really accurate. It's really accurate considering just like TikTok is just. Oh my God,
TikTok is as big as YouTube was.
Yeah.
Like YouTube itself is like kind of archaic now in a way.
Yeah.
Now,
it's kind of like the old guard of the internet in a way.
But it'll always have a place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like.
I doubt TikTok really long form content just does not play well in a vertical setting.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But that short form burst video does well, and it really helps.
Part of the reason Vine was so successful.
Yeah, and it's part of the reason in this generation, definitely their attention spans aren't as high. It's just not. It's just. Which I think, which ultimately comes from like the problem of like just overwhelming of choice. They have so many choices. It's like if something starts boring them instantly, they can just switch to something else like that. That's infinitely more interesting. But if something is truly interesting, it can hold your attention for a long period of time.
Did you ever see Andrew Schultz give a TED Talk about like attention span and the new age of it?
I need to watch some of his stuff, man, because I watched his podcast.
Too Flagrant or Brilliant Idiots?
Brilliant Idiots and Too Flagrant. He's just so funny. He's just so funny.
I saw him on Rogan, and it was interesting to say the least.
Oh boy.
But one of the things I will say is that part of why he was brought onto Rogan originally was because he
he was a rising star, wasn't he?
Well, he was, but here's the thing. The way he became a rising star is interesting. One of the things he realized when he was asked regular people about who watch comedy specials, like, how much you watch? I watched those, but I watched the first 30 minutes. First 20 minutes of it. I watched 25 minutes of it. So what he did was he realized that nobody's watching the full hour. So he's putting his closer first, putting all his best content in the first half hour, and then it kind of tapers off.
It's genius.
Very genius. And one of the things he did is that he recorded a special. Nobody would buy it. And so he all right, let me publish it on YouTube. So he published it, the full thing. Didn't do too well. But then all right, let me publish 5 minutes at a time. And he likens it to a snooze button. Because what his IT guy realized was people were watching hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content when it was cut up. Because snooze... It's like I'll stop when I want to stop. Yeah. Not like there's all this content I should watch all of it. No, I'm going to watch as much as I want and then I'm going to stop. Yeah. And how much you want and like having that choice in your monkey brain helps.
Yeah, and it's easier to watch a 5-minute piece versus like a 30-minute piece.
Absolutely, and there's plenty of comics that I've learned to love. Like Josh Wolf is one of them. Like I watch his clips and I'm like, yo, I want to watch a full special of this guy, and it's funny. It's genuinely funny. But so tell me more about this girl you went on a date with.
So this girl, she is her name's Michaela. She is.
What's her last name?
I don't know her last name.
What's she look like?
She's a white girl.
Big or skinny?
Skinny. She's on the skinnier side.
Define skinny.
Like slim thick.
Okay, good. I don't know her.
Yeah.
Because there's a Michaela I know, and I'm just like. Run, fool! Run!
Don't worry, she lives out in West Philly.
All right, yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she's really cool theater girl. We kind of mesh together. She's able to do the more bougie thing. At times, she kind of likes some of the more bougie stuff as well, but she is still really down to earth. She likes doing kind of like the nature walks, the hiking, the camping sort of thing. Like she can kind of get down and dirty with it, but she's able to kind of move how I like to move. Very kind of like
in silence with violence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
Go.
I couldn't. I was listening to a '90s hip hop playlist on YouTube earlier.
That's how it be. But yeah, no, it's really cool. She's big on history like me. I remember when we were going through the art museum, he was just telling me so much about all these different pieces, teaching me about like different eras in history. and everything, and we're able to really hold like strong, good conversations. We went to a restaurant, Little Pete's, great spot, great little diner out there, and when we were there, we were talking about a bunch of different stuff. A little bit of political talk came up, talking about different social issues. And she's definitely much more like left leaning in terms of her stance on social issues.
I would wager that you are more socially conservative. Not
it depends on
socially
the
conservative as far as social conservatism was maybe, in the early mid 2000s.
That's the thing. Before I would say that I was socially conservative, but now at this point, I think it really does depend on
issue per issue.
It's an issue per issue thing.
What's something where you agree with red states more?
Kids and transgenderism. That's something where I would agree with red states more. I don't think it is a good idea to give children under the age of 18 hormones because a child comes to you and says, I want to be a girl.
I don't think... Here's the thing, though. I think that's a lot of you got to remember that even on the left, there are morons.
Yes.
And so one of the things I say is that if I had a child and I had and they started wearing girls' clothes, I'll be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I think for people who do have trans kids, I think that the amount of people that are actually like doing conversion like that are like a extreme minority.
It is definitely an extreme minority.
And it's one of those things where it's like where even like people like me would look at it like, are you sure that's are you sure? Are you sure? Because one of the things because here's the thing. It doesn't involve like changing body chemistry at an early age is a
very tricky
thing to do. Right, because there's medical questions that could happen later on. But the thing is that can't stop you if they from like letting them get the toys they want.
Yeah.
Like hell, every Christmas buy them some feminine toys and some masculine toys. Let them play with both.
Exactly.
Buy them same thing with the clothes. Like you don't have to change. Like I think that if I had a 13-year-old son or daughter and they came to me at age 12 or 13 and said, "Hey, I don't feel like my gender. I feel like I'm something else." We'd have a conversation, and I'd probably end up saying to them is, take a little bit of time, feel it out how you're feeling.
We'll let you do thing with the clothes. We'll let you get whatever you needed, but we need to hold off.
Is it that you feel like? Well, the thing is that part of the thing is that I would want to make sure, like, do you feel like you're, to a son, like, do you feel like you're a girl, or do you feel like you're, like do you feel like the things, right, do you feel like you're gay, and you feel like the things that are, like, that you like don't feel masculine enough by society's standards.
And I want to mention quickly, the reason why I bring up homosexuality in terms of this particular debate is because I have heard from trans people who people who thought that they were trans and was going through that thing was like, no, I was just gay. I've heard that.
There is a significant amount of anecdotal evidence that says that.
It is an anecdotal thing. I will 100% admit that, but that is something that I have heard before, and that kind of gives me some pause. Like, okay, so maybe this is a thing that could come up.
Right. I think that I think at the end of the day, parents, if their kids say, I don't want to have blank on me anymore, I want to take hormone. If they say that to me themselves, that's a different thing than me offering it as an option.
Yes. 110%. I don't think parents should.
I'm a big believer. At the end of the day, if I have a 13-year-old and says I want to start taking hormone blockers, I'm like, okay. Like, because here's the thing: the fact that you know what the fuck hormone blockers are in the first place is great. So, like,
you can do research into a subject, but I don't know if you really understand what that. Because I wouldn't even fully understand what type of body chemistry you're doing when you're adding. Because, like, your body is still at 13.
Well, the thing is, you also got to remember when you take different types of hormones for years, your body fundamentally changes.
Yeah, yes.
A transgender man who takes testosterone, like, for 20 years.
Your
like,
body's
looks like a
changed.
fucking man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, the thing is at the end of the day, like, people who are actually transgender, look like the opposite gender.
Yes, that's very true.
You know, it's...
And those are decisions made by conscious adults. They got to that point in their life.
The child issue is squirrely because, you know...
Children can be fickle. Children can be very fickle.
Children can be extremely fickle.
Children go through phases.
Right, which is why I'm kind of a promoter of, like, live the lifestyle. Like, live, like, dress how you want, play with what you want, have the interests you want. Just don't be a fucking furry. Like that, like, I will, like...
That's a line in the sand for me, too.
If I have a child and they're furry or vegan, I'm kicking them out of my house like they were gay. And I'm a Christian household. Like, no. Like, I will not tolerate that. Like,
you're a furry? No, fuck out of here.
No.
You're living on your own. You're living with someone else. No.
Go back to the...
Go back to the animal kingdom. God, the fuck is wrong with you? I fucked up somewhere.
Like, or even very, it's like, Dad, I'm vegan, and I'm like, my daughter comes to me Dad, I'm vegan, and I'm like, that's disgusting.
No, you're not.
Take that cucumber and give it up to your new sister the way God intended. You know, but it's like that's like a redone joke of a Daniel Sloss joke, but
oh my god,
yeah.
But that's kind of like my thing. It's like, you know what? Like, let's say I have a child, right?
And you know what the funniest thing I've heard about that is?
What?
People who are like feel a little iffy about that. One of the things I notice is that that doesn't necessarily make them nominally anti-transgender. One of the problems is that they've been fooled into believing it's a bigger issue than it really is. You know, I think, like, the thing is that yes, there are some kids that have had to deal with that shit because their parents want liberal progressive points in public. Right. But the amount of people that are actually like that is very tiny.
But I don't think very many people can really articulate this sort of thing because you have those crazy people who are like, oh, you're just anti-transgender or whatever.
Right, well, the thing is that you... I acknowledge that I think Americans are... I would always say that Americans are inherently stupid. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think Americans are inherently naive.
Yeah.
There's a naivety when it comes to Americans that
their local area represents the thoughts of the entire country,
and they put more credence on their personal experiences compared to the actual data and facts of the matter.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And so the result of that is, you know, you end up with problems. Like it's you get people who think that people on welfare are taking advantage of the system in higher numbers when in reality that's not the case at all. Most people on welfare have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Many like you know, when I think it's 40% of Walmart's employees are on welfare of some sort.
Yeah, that's just insane. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like there shouldn't be a case where you're working for someone and you need
full-time
government assistance
right.
as well.
So what did you think about the minimum wage increase? I think that it needs to be more than $15 because it needed to be $15 10 years ago.
My problem, I do have a problem with the minimum wage hike like that, because the problem becomes it's just flat across the board. And the problem is, yes, a company like Walmart, they can actually afford to pay their employees $15 an hour.
So I do want to say this. Remember, they were going to implement it over the course of a half decade.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they weren't doing it all, and that's one of the big misinformation things that got out.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were going... So by the time 2020... Either 2025 or 2026 comes around, we'll be at $15. The problem is that by that point, inflation and productivity will have gone up to such a point where we should be at 27. Mm. So like the livable wage is not necessarily where it needs to be. Because here's the thing, rent's gone up this year.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Everything's gone up this year.
Despite the economy being in a tizzy.
Yeah. It's partially because some people aren't trying to really let go of their stuff. I mean, hell, the New York real estate bubble is just refusing to pop, but it's gonna pop at some point.
It has to, because
it literally has to.
There's going to be a point where these people who own these buildings are not making anything.
I think there's going to be another housing crisis, but especially in the commercial.
It might just be in New York and the surrounding areas as a result.
In those specific kind of areas, because those areas saw hyperinflation. Places like LA, places like San Francisco, places like
Philly and Chicago,
Philly,
to extents.
Chicago, New York. These places, like you hear about people talking about how like one of the reasons that they stay in New York is because there was just so much to do, and that's where they worked, right? And then they shut everything down in those places. So
and
now
how valuable is living in New York?
Not that valuable.
No.
It's kind of just, and then when people had to sit in their shoebox and realize, wait, I'm paying all this money for this? Fuck that.
Jersey City, here I come.
Up and left, yeah. They go to Jersey. They go to Wilmington. They go to other places that are a little bit more open in some regards, but then B, they have such beautiful natural landscapes. It's not as crowded. The people aren't as rude as some of the New Yorkers. New York,
unless you go to Philly, because then those people are just a different breed.
Okay, look, I don't know what the fuck is in the Philly water, but there's something in that water that makes them different
crazy.
people. They're all insane. Like I just don't actually understand. Like literally, when I was driving from West Philly to get up to here, I had to this one dude was like, it's a merging lane. I have to merge in. I'm near the end of it. This motherfucker is not trying to let me in. So I had to force my way in and force him to stop so I could actually get into the lane.
Philadelphians are savages.
They just don't care.
Like all savage. If you're from not from the greater Philadelphia area, like from fucking Philly. Like, you're a fucking savage. Like,
you're like, oh my god, just how crazy your fucking city
and here's
gets,
the thing,
dude.
I love Philly.
I do love Philly,
Listen,
too. I
love Wilmington more, because it's my home, but...
Less crowded.
Less crowded, more beautiful parks that are right down the way.
Oh, yeah.
Better food, in my opinion. Wilmington does food really fucking well.
Really do. There's a lot of great, just local spots here.
Ton of them.
I have to bring Mikhail over here.
Definitely. But yeah, it's like, and it's got a great business environment.
Oh, definitely.
But Philly is just like, I love Philly because I used to like New York because of the savagery of it, and then I started going to Philly more, and I'm like, oh, New Yorkers wish they were Philadelphians. New Yorkers have an apathy. Philadelphians have a savagery. They're entertaining.
That is actually so perfect. New Yorkers are apathetic. Philadelphians are just straight up savage. They'll just do shit in day. Oh my god. They will just see in their minds that some shit is you probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna just do it to the 10th fucking degree. Oh my god.
There was a Canadian... there's a thing, a Canadian... not Canadian, it's in... some little town or whatever. Mm-hmm. They had a lovely little robot saying, "Hey, the Miss da 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 in the class from da da in da 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 made me. We're tracking to see where it goes. Can you take me wherever you're going?" Basically, went all over the country, all over the world almost. Gets to Philadelphia within 2 hours. It's scrapped on the side of the road. This is the city that throws that kicks where the mascots kick children. Yeah. This is the city where during the Christmas Day parades they throw snowballs at Santa.
Oh my god.
This is the place where they beat the fuck out of people with battery socks.
I remember.
This is the place where they burned the city when they won the Super Bowl.
There was a dude who ate
and the World Series.
There was a dude who ate actual horse shit when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and it was all over. And I'm like, why?
Here's the thing: there's always a thing about Philly is just everybody, regardless of cultural origin, socioeconomic status. All of them are savages. And I love them for it.
Philly is just such a...
And you're dating a Philly girl. What the fuck is wrong with you? You are either... She's
only been in Philly for 2 years. She's only been in Philly for 2.5 years. She's not originally from Philly.
Okay, so you're safe. Like I was about to say, because you're gonna get the Glizzy Glock 9000 and the Vice Grip pussy, but you also have a non-zero chance of waking up with your left nutsack cut off because she had a dream that you cheated on her.
Oh God, yeah, no. I think she's originally from Maryland. She was talking about
Where in Maryland? Where in Maryland?
It's in the white area.
Where in Maryland?
It's not Baltimore.
No, where? No, this is important. Where in Maryland?
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to ask her because I totally fucking forgot.
You need to, because this is key. I'm from Maryland. I know, bro. Is she from Silver Spring?
No, she's not from Silver Spring.
Is she from St. Mary's?
No, I don't think it's from St. Mary's.
Is she from Frederick?
I don't think she mentioned anything about Frederick.
Annapolis? Rising Sun.
I don't even think she actually mentioned the area. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I should
have asked her. I should have asked her which part she was from.
You should. This is important.
Oh, fuck you. Yo,
Waldorf? Like,
all I know is that she was in the rich area. She was in the nice area.
oh, she bougie.
Yeah, like I said, she
bougie.
She bougie. She bougie. I will say that.
Her parents gonna make you sign a prenup. Yo, bro, you know what we need to start doing?
What's up?
We need to start saving our money now so we can buy real estate in New York when that shit bursts.
Oh my God, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be, when that bubble pops, because it's like, I mean, New York's gonna reinvent the wheel somehow, and they're gonna be able to bring the people back. I mean, it's New York.
No, they ain't.
They'll be able to bring...
Why the fuck is all these businesses paying for these skyscraper, like, costs? Like, when they can just, like, have people function from them. Yeah, their workers are miserable, but they're saving a mint.
Yeah, sure.
Not gonna pay for they might. What they gotta do? Something pay for some people's Wi-Fi and equipment. Maybe.
I feel like the argument might be for productivity issues, and I know some businesses do get kind of like stressed out. Some of them do tracking software.
It's actually easier to track people at home than it is at work.
Really?
Yeah. Because you're logged in on a machine on your computer.
Yeah.
If your mouse or if you're not doing anything for more than 5 minutes, it clocks you away and locks that. They know.
Yeah, that's true.
They know when you're not doing anything.
Yeah. That's... Speaking
of corporate America, how's Europe treating you, my friend?
They are
Sorry, bro, my bad.
Well. No, you're good. It's just a hat that I have as well. It's going pretty chill. Honestly, things are just really cruising along.
What you learning?
I introduced the guest speaker on Friday.
Who was it?
It was Missy Black.
Oh, Miss Missy, I love her.
She has got some energy.
She was my coach.
Really?
Yeah. So Missy Black was originally the coach. Originally had who's the program manager for L&D?
Program manager for L&D. I think that is Alyssa.
Yeah. So that's originally was Missy's job.
Ah.
Then she moved to Philly. She got moved to Philly.
Mm-hmm. And then she's been doing her own thing.
Right, and then I got moved, and so that's why Chow's also. So I love her. I love her to death. And that's why Chad became my coach after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so that was great. I'm great. I wish I'd known that that was going to be the case, because I would have been like, hey, tell her that you're friends with me.
Oh my God, bro! I have her contact information.
You should have said, why didn't you tell me that Haggard was your coachee?
Oh yeah, I should have told. Oh, man.
You should email her that real quick.
Absolutely,
you should.
I have her contact information saved back home on my computer. I'm gonna do that once I get back. Oh my
Such
God.
a small world. So use her as a resource if you can. She is one of the best, purest, most amazing humans I've ever had the luxury of knowing.
She seems like a great energy to have around, man.
Oh my God, like, I match it rather well because, certainly I'm not as energetic, but I certainly I'm with the vibes.
Oh yeah. You're always able to match the energy.
Absolutely. By the way, Anthony is on his way.
Okay.
He was just getting out of work.
Oh yeah, the usual stuff.
Yeah, but I think we've been talking on recording for about an hour. Want to wrap this up for a little bit and maybe go in the other room and play some video games or some shit. I got Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamities.
Oh,
I bought it for my girlfriend, but she didn't want to bring it home because she knew it would be a distraction, so it's sitting on my Switch.
Oh, fair enough. Dude, that sounds good, bro. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins.
How was it? How you like it? How's it like?
I am very
I hear it's
very impressed by what they've done so far. I've been an Assassin's Creed fan since the original game.
I stopped at 3.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Desmond died. I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
Oh, wow, you actually made it.
I played. I don't remember most of the story, but I remember like some of the more key moments.
Like Revolutionary America, Connor, and all that stuff.
It was badass. But I remember I did play a little bit of Black Flags, and I really liked the gameplay from it.
Black Flag was really, really good.
Did you ever play Freedom Cry?
No, but I've heard of it.
It is Black Flags. So remember the Quartermaster from Black Flags?
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, after him and Kenway part ways, he travels for a while and ends up getting picked up by the Assassin's Order. He becomes an assassin, like a legit assassin, not like a pretend like one like Kenway was.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up, with his own ship, and ends up coming to Haiti to intercept. He intercepted a package that Templars were delivering, and it's basically like the whole plot is about him helping Haitian revolutionaries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have heard
and it's like
yeah.
It's so fucking fun, like because like the at the end, like the end thing, your final contract is you kill like the lead governor of the island who views like just black people as as animals animals. So it's like super, like the white liberal in me is like super satisfying.
It really gets the white liberal justice boner going.
It does a little bit, yes, but it's honestly like it's a good game. It's black centric. It's very it's like it's not.
I mean, if it's based in Haiti, yeah, that's about what I
right. It's cultural. It's like like the cultural. It's very strong in that regard. It's
good.
It's very good.
Origins is very.
It's like I think it's like a $3 game too.
$3.
I think.
Wait, what is it for?
PC. I think it's a set.
It's like a full game.
It's a full game.
Okay, because I know
it's like Blood Dragon. It's like small. It's like a small cut section of the map. They redo it a little bit. They added some stuff. Like they make it look distinct.
I know for a while Assassin's Creed were producing like a bunch of like mobile games and some PSP games when that was like a
the PSP game was lit. I played it. It was the Bloodlines was beginning to end. It was the shit.
You actually played. I gotta respect you for that. I wasn't able.
It was actually not bad. It was actually I liked that game more than the original Assassin's Creed 1.
Ooh, that's well. The original Assassin's Creed 1. Well, the problem is that Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 plus everything else, and then I don't remember so much so about 3 was my problem for it was like the exploration was fine. It was very segmented. It was like segmented sandboxes. Like you're in one sandbox, then you move to another sandbox, then you move to another sandbox, and you kind of rotate between like those 3 to 4 areas constantly. In Origins,
it's a legit open world.
Oh yeah, no, completely seamless transitioning. Just it's an open world. The world feels very alive. There's a whole lot to do. The combat is
just wait till you get to Odyssey.
Counter, and then you assassinate everyone. So you kill everything instantly. You gotta actually think. There's timings. There's parries. They actually make it feel, and it still feels like an Assassin's Creed game.
Right, but there's also level gating too.
There is level gating. It's not that bad, really. If you just run around, kind of just doing general stuff, you level up relatively quickly. I am playing on the hard difficulty, just to kind of get a feel for how the game is. Because before I used to play games on max difficulty, then I realized just how many games have a bad habit of making all the enemies bullet sponges and just making them just ridiculous. It's just complete stat buffed monsters. So
like Skyrim.
Yeah. So it's like,
can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I think Skyrim's optimal difficulty for playing expert.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Hear me out. Master's too much.
Way too fucking much.
Way too much.
Way too much.
Adept, yeah, but you know what? You can still cheese some stuff. You can't like truly. You can't play. Planning doesn't matter. You can just like tank some hits and call it a damn day.
Oh yeah.
Expert, you actually kind of have to have some skill in combat. Like I actually like on expert, I have to block, stagger, hit, power attack, stagger them again, block, bash. You know, so it's
you
like
have to learn the mechanics. You have to actually learn the mechanics.
Right.
Versus playing on like X.
I actually have to read my enemy. I can't just cheese it.
True. You can't just power tank through everything or just one shot everything instantly.
Right.
Which is the problem that you get in the higher difficulties. But then I don't know what the hell happened when they went from expert to master. It's like they went from
fucking legendary.
Oh my god! Don't even fucking talk to me about legendary. That shit's just oh my god. I don't get people who do legendary difficulty Skyrim playthroughs. I'm like, why would you?
Why would you hurt yourself?
Like, bro, you could just shoot yourself. It would genuinely be quicker.
Right. And you also got to remember, between levels 25 and 50, it gets hard as fuck.
Really? There's such a fucking spike.
There's a spike.
There's a massive
There's
spike.
a giant spike you got to deal with. Because,
you're
like,
late game quests and all that, and that's when they just realize, what the fuck?
Right. Once you get, past, level 50, then it becomes a cakewalk again.
Yeah.
On Adept.
So that's just because you're just so overpowered.
I got
basically everything.
I got stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. You know, they're actually doing a lot of changes to one of my favorite games, The Elder Scrolls Online. Mm-hmm. I bought that for you, by the way.
I know.
You fuck.
I know.
Oh, boy. When are you going to jump in with that with me again?
Oh, God. When I...
Because now's a great time. They just revamped the champion point system. It's
the
really...
champion point system? That was the... Wasn't that, the levels system after you hit max? Yeah.
Right. And when you hit 50 now, you get an extra 1,000 weapon and spell damage.
Oh. Yeah.
And you can actually do veteran DLC, DLC dungeons now.
It's so funny because whenever I would start playing Elder Scrolls Online, I'd have fun with it. I would have fun playing the game. It's just I just would stop and then I just would never pick it back up again, and I don't really remember why.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah,
I'm part of a guild
called
Covenant Your Assets. I know.
Great
Fuck
name.
him.
Great name.
Fuck the guild after naming it that. But if you I know you like the game. Talk to Target. I'll introduce you, add you to the Discord, chat with him. Mm-hmm. His biggest hobby is helping people with the game. He likes doing it.
Oh my god.
Genuinely.
That's a good dude.
He is one of the kindest, most genuine human beings I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. If you got the game still, hop on. And by the way, with this stimmy coming, save 60 of it. Because Blackwood, the new chapter, is going to be coming out June.
Okay.
And you know what happens when you buy the new chapters?
What?
You get everyone from before as well. So you're going to get Somerset, you'll get Elsewhere, and you'll get Greymore.
Okay.
So you'll get to visit Elsewhere, Somerset Isles, the land of the Ultimate. Greymore, you'll get to go back to Western Skyrim and fight vampire lords and shit.
Oh shit. And they're always doing so much cool shit. And
they expand on the lore.
Yeah.
So, if you ever want to get on, dude, holla at your boy. If you want to roll two characters and grind together.
I mean, I got a PS5 controller now, and and so it's been.
You know the PC version also like has controller support, right?
I know, and that might have been one of the reasons why I stopped, because like it is like playing it on PC. I just preferred playing that game on controller.
Right, you can play it on a controller on here, which is dope.
Yeah, that's true. I just need to. So right now, I've been using GeForce Now to play a lot of my games. So it's like I've just got like all these games that I'm playing Hunt Showdown from time to time. I got Assassin's Creed Origins that's on my current 2 complete list.
Believe me. Just enjoy Origins and all that. I know I don't want to pressure you into playing the game you don't truly want to play, and you don't need to appease me just because you're in front of me.
Oh no, it's not even just you. It's just like I have all my other friends on Discord too. It's just like everyone plays so many radically different games that everyone wants me to play.
I respect that.
Like sometimes I got friends that ask me, hey, you want to play League of Legends? Fuck no, I can't take that game.
That's
anymore.
too much. Yeah, that game's a lot.
I played it for 4 years.
How'd that go?
Well, I remember telling myself, I thought my skin was thickened with Modern Warfare 2. No, it was thickened with League of Legends, because holy shit, those were some of the most creatively toxic people I've ever seen in my life.
They're some salty bitches.
No. A salty bitch would a salty bitch would just be mad at you for one game, and then just lets it go and forget about it. A League of Legends, you piss someone off in League of Legends just right, they will literally put you on what is called an int list. If they see your name, they will immediately, does not matter what the fuck happens, they will int that game because you're in that game with them, because you pissed them off from a previous game where they were probably inting their faces off anyways.
Inting means?
Intentionally feeding. So basically, alright, let me make this real quick. So I played at a higher elo, essentially, at a higher ranking. And so when I say inting, I refer to 2 types of players. There are the players who literally just run it down mid, who actually they spawn, they run into the enemy, and they die over and over and over, giving them gold, experience, giving them massive advantage while they're just being a dead weight on your team. And then there's the other kind of inting, where they're not intentionally doing this, but they're still dying just an absolutely ridiculous amount.
Because they're bad.
Yes, just because they're just absolutely awful at this video game. And it's like... So
at a certain level, you only once you get to a certain Evo, you only get the former.
No, you still get both. Let me tell you something right now. I don't give a fuck. I hear all these people talking about, I'm stuck in Elo hell. All these bronze players are feed. Let me tell you something, buddy. It doesn't get better in plat, and it doesn't get better in diamond. They just start feeding in different ways. They just start, holy shit. They stop doing the really, really, really dumb shit and only start doing the really dumb shit.
I can see why you don't play anymore.
You're like, oh my...
Do you just want to play Minecraft?
Let's fucking play Minecraft. It's fucking... Jesus Christ. Minecraft is less stressful than these fucking...
And you want to know what? I have multiple Minecraft worlds. We do Minecraft Mondays. Me and Anthony are streaming Infinity Block tomorrow night.
Oh my god.
Do you know
I've been playing fucking Windcraft, dude. Windcraft is Minecraft in MMO form.
Oh god.
It's better than you think.
Have you been on an Anarchy server? Ever?
But here's the thing, it's not pure anarchy.
Have you ever seen a picture of 2B2T? You fuck.
Here's the thing. You cannot mine there's a lot that they've done with Windcraft, right? It's very, very much, it's set up very much like an MMO, where like your actual interactions with the world are very specific to what you need to do. It's pretty much mostly a focus on combat experience, and they have spells. They have like actual spells, like for example, I'm playing an assassin character. I've got a dagger. One of my spells is right click, left click, right click, and it does a spin maneuver where it spins around me and hits a bunch of enemies. And while that does do some map destruction, there's not like a shit ton of map destruction. You know what I mean?
I guess, but you're making me nervous.
A lot more. It's a lot better than what you think. Check it out.
All right, I believe you.
You're gonna have a good time. It's not gonna be pure hell on earth. I'm telling you.
If you're looking for a game that you can, yes, play with friends, but also just like vibe with, No Man's Sky's a good one.
Oh man, No Man's Sky. I've heard that game's gotten a lot better.
I think it's compared to most $60 games that come out today, this is actually worth its value and then some. And every time they put an update out, they slash the price in half.
The problem that I had with the original No Man's Sky
are completely valid.
Completely, the project was way more ambitious and they released it way too soon.
And there was 30 guys.
Yeah, it was very ambitious for what they wanted to do, and they just did not, put enough time into it.
And you know what? 5 years later, they've done.
I heard it improved like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, most certainly. But and now not only did it improve 3 years ago, they're still adding shit. They had an update like last month.
Nice, that's good. I'm glad to see that they haven't abandoned that project. Some people have a bad habit of like abandoning projects like that.
Well, you got to remember they have full ownership of it, really.
Right. So
like they make a kit like, and it's cross-platform.
But still, like some people can see some people like
Tyler is one of those people that just can't get past the early days.
No, you can't get back.
He refuses, even though objectively it's better than I think almost any other game that's come out in the past year. It's they're just ugh.
I mean, you gotta like games.
Dude, they added the sandworms from Dune.
Seriously?
Yeah, some worlds have them.
That's sick. They have
giant monoliths and shit you can find historical data of the worlds.
And man, if that would have been on launch, that game would have done great. But it was too much for it. I mean, I don't know. You gotta let some games like that improve. Like you gotta realize when a game has a really, really, really big ambitions for what they want to do. Like you gotta realize,
and they're not just copy and pasting other shit.
Yeah,
like Anthem.
Yeah, like
Anthem's the reason. Anthem's the reason why we're not getting a live service Dragon Age 4.
I know. Anthem, fucking god.
And you know what the sad part is? Anthem. The world lore of it looked interesting. The gameplay looked fun.
It looked fun, and then you played it, and then it was like, wow, this is incredible. The fucking drop off. Like what? Like just what?
They made flying around in Iron Man suits boring.
How do you do that? How do you make being Iron Man with guns and shit fucking
boring?
Flying through some of the most like the scenery was gorgeous, but they just made it boring, and it was just like
it was sad.
Honestly, it's a feat in and of itself. You managed to take something that you thought wasn't possibly boring. And
Mass Effect Andromeda deserved more DLC.
Mass Effect Andromeda deserved more attention from its creators. Period.
Because here's the thing: from what I know about it, the story and stuff, it wasn't that bad. It was just it had visual bugs. It had bugs.
It had
a lot of bugs.
It had a lot of bugs.
Here's the thing: people are letting Cyberpunk iron them out.
Yeah,
and Cyberpunk is a great fucking game.
I find that to be a little bit hypocritical. How many people like absolutely destroyed Andromeda, but like allowed Cyberpunk to continue?
Not a lot are though.
Yeah, not a ton.
Not a ton. My thing is, like, I'm playing Cyberpunk and I'm seeing some visual bugs and some glitches and shit. And I'm like, this game is fucking amazing. Why? Because I lived through 2011 release of Skyrim. Fuck you.
2011 release of Skyrim. Oh god, was that even a finished game? Was that even a finished product?
I don't know. I think they went through about 9 or 10 patches before they released their first line of DLC.
Oh god, and those weren't small patches either.
No, they weren't.
Oh god, just major patches, man.
Do you want to know how I played a Dragonborn for a good number of years?
How?
I got the ESM and BSA file for it, which is all you need, really, to play Dragonborn.
Yeah.
And just slot off the internet and just slotted it into my game.
Hey, shit.
It was unpatched. It was buggy to hell. There was like eventually, like years later, I ended up actually making my own money, and I just bought it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so much more stable now.
Oh wow, I can actually
play this mod correctly because it's not breaking because of bugs.
And it broken instantly. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have you heard about Fallout the Frontier?
What's that?
So it's a Fallout New Vegas mod.
The New Frontier. I heard about it. I've read the story. It looks very interesting.
I have a playthrough that I still need to actually finish.
Mm-hmm.
But man, oh man, it doesn't look like one of the. It's good. It's really good. It's just they took it down for a while, and that whole controversy. I was real confused when I was first looking back. Like, man, I need to look to see what. Does anyone have any like questions for me? Because I was trying to get to I was trying to figure out how to actually properly start it, and then it's like, oh, it's deleted, huh? And then I look back like 2 days later, and it's like, oh, it's back. What the fuck?
I'm waiting for Skywind to come out.
Skywind. That's the It's like the Skyrim Oblivion mod combo, right? Or Skyrim Morrowind combo.
Yes.
That's gonna be. Oh my god.
Because here's the thing, Morrowind is actually one of the best RPGs of all time.
Oh yeah.
Better than Skyrim in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That is not to say Skyrim isn't fantastic.
It's a different style of RPG.
Right. Morrowind was truly a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Morrowind, like Skyrim and Oblivion, just feel like discount Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Morrowind felt truly unique.
That is true. That's what you really do notice about a lot of those older games, like Divinity: Original Sin 2. I remember for a while I was playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. That's basically Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, it's basically Dungeons and Dragons, just in a much different format.
Have you ever heard of the Enderwolf mod for Skyrim?
No.
Or do you play PC at all? Do you have Steam? Yeah. All right. So after this, I'm going to show you this, but it's it's a total conversion mod for Skyrim, and it is the third in a trilogy of mods.
Oh.
Starting of total conversion mods from Sure AI, who have made one for Morrowind, made one for Oblivion, and they made this for Skyrim. And it's all continuations in the same self-contained universe, completely separate from the Elder Scrolls.
That's sick.
It is very sick. So I'll show you afterwards. But yeah. But let's wrap this up so we can get something to eat, drink. I can show you that dope-ass mod. And
yes.
Yeah, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Toodles.